जी दोस्तों, नमस्कार, आदाब, सत श्री अकाल। मैं दानिश महाजन, प्रोग्राम बदलता दौर में आपका एक बार फिर से स्वागत। आज रविवार का दिन, आज एक और हमारे साथ स्पेशल गेस्ट। आज के जो गेस्ट हैं वो बहुत खास हैं, उनसे आपको रूबरू करवाऊंगा। उनके कुछ प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं डिसेबिलिटीज के ऊपर, तो उसके ऊपर भी बात करेंगे। बहुत बार ऐसा कहा जाता है कि जो रिलीजियस ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हैं उनका जो प्री कंसीव नोशन है डिसेबिलिटी को लेके वो राइट बेस्ड नहीं होता, तो कंजर्वेटिव अप्रोच रहती है। लेकिन पर्सनली जब मैंने अटेंड किया इनके इवेंट और इनको पढ़ा तो मुझे ऐसा नहीं लगा। तो मुझे लगा कि पब्लिक के सामने ऐसी चीजें भी आनी चाहिए कि क्या चाइ जो कैथलिक हेल्थ एसोसिएशन ऑफ इंडिया है उसके काम है विद रिगार्ड टू पर्संस विद डिसेबिलिटीज, कैसे ये शुरू हुआ और क्या आगे के प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं। लगभग 25,000 से ज्यादा लोगों को असिस्ट किया है चाइ ने, तो इसके ऊपर हम बात करेंगे। इट्स ऑनर टू टॉक टू फादर मैथ्यू टुडे। फादर मैथ्यू इज विद अस। फादर मैथ्यू, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर गिविंग योर वैल्यूएबल टाइम टू रेडियो डन।
Thank you, Danish. You're most welcome.
Father Matthew, please tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, Danish, I am a medical doctor by profession with specialization in community medicine from CMC Vellore. And I am also a Catholic priest. And right now I am the Director General of Catholic Health Association of India since 5 years.
Great. Father, how long this organization is, how old this organization is, rather, and when did you incorporate disability, and what was the need of, disability to be incorporated in your projects?
Yeah, we are a 77-year-old organization. This organization, Catholic Health Association of India, was founded by 16 sisters, nuns, under the leadership of one Mary Glowry, who was a sister and a medical doctor. She was an Australian educated in the University of Melbourne, and then she came to India in 1920. Those days, it was by the ship and took about 2 months to reach here. She worked in Guntur in a small clinic, and after 20 years, along with these 15 sisters, they founded this organization. Those days it was known as Catholic Hospital Association of India, and later on, because of the understanding of healthcare, we transformed that into Catholic Health Association of India.
Right. So when did you incorporate disability into it, and what was the need you feel?
Disability work was incorporated formally around 25 years ago, when Lilian Fons from Netherlands approached us to collaborate with them. That's the time we incorporated disability formally as part of the CHAI Directorate. Sisters were already doing a lot of work with children with disability and also people with disability. But then we started formal funding and all with the help of Lilian Fons about 25 years ago.
What were the basic projects you started with and you assisted? I went to your website and I read you have assisted around about 25,000 people.
Yeah, over these 25 years, we have cared for about 33,000 children with disabilities. The focus was on children with disabilities. Many of them have grown up now. They have become adults. The area of, initially, it was primarily an institutional based model. And then over the years, we transformed it into CBR, the community based rehabilitation model, because there are much more advantages in a community-based model. So we work on an average, every year we care for about 7,000 children in the areas of education, healthcare, social inclusion, and livelihood. So these are the 4 areas we work with.
Why do you think these 4 areas are very important to empower persons with disabilities?
Overall, we are not a one disease specific or highly focused kind of a network. Overall, we have a comprehensive approach. So whatever area we take, we try to do it comprehensively. And when it comes to people with disability, we just don't focus on the disability alone. We try to work with uh, people with disability to bring out their full potential, including social inclusion as well as livelihood. So livelihood is an important aspect when it comes to disability, because many of them have a disadvantage, and sometimes they struggle with poverty issues.
Right. True. So I will come back on these issues later on. Before that, Father, when we were speaking offline, you told me you uh, did not work with persons with disabilities. You joined Chai, then you came into that. So I want to understand what was your personal perception for persons with disabilities before, and what has changed after getting associated with these projects.
Well, my specialization is community medicine, so it's not specifically disability. So I started getting involved in disability work after becoming the Director General 5 years ago, because Chai had disability as a focus area.
Hmm.
So I would say I got into disability formally accidentally, because as part of the responsibility. Overall, in our Catholic understanding, life is a gift, life is precious, and we value life. Every human being, irrespective of caste, creed, gender, social status, economic status, abilities, every human being is precious, unique. So we always look at human beings as something precious and valuable, and to be helped to reach our full potential. So that is our basic attitude towards everybody, including people with disabilities. During my childhood, I had some experiences of in my family itself, in my relatives. I have cousins who had locomotor disabilities and other difficulties. So we never found we found them part of a family, and we loved them as they are. So it's not something new for me, and I don't think working with disability has made any major difference in my attitude. That was there right from my childhood.
Great. It's really great to know. Father, many people targets religious organizations for being conservative with regard to persons with disabilities. They say most of the religious organization, no matter whether it's a Hindu religious organization or Christian or Muslim, they have charity-based approach, not right-based approach. How would you like to respond to them?
Well, in general, religions are more into a charity-based approach, because religions are more into compassionate care and those kind of stuff. But human rights are also important. See, for example, every person with disability, every person in a society have a right to social inclusion, have a right to livelihood, have a right to all that entitlements, the government schemes, everything that is available for every citizen. So rights-based approach is very much part of our philosophy as well. We don't get into confrontational rights-based approach. We work on a collaborative model where we work with those who are supposed to provide the rights, as well as those who are supposed to access the rights. We work with them, because all of us have to work together to ensure that every human being, including people with disability, get their desired rights.
Right. Thank you so much, Father, for your valuable time. I appreciate you joined and you shared your views. I hope you enjoyed the talk, and looking forward to talk to you in coming days as well. And whenever you have any project, and we are always ready to collaborate. We are always ready to tell more about your projects to persons with disabilities and even to the mainstream society. So you are always welcome. Thank you so much for your precious time.
Yeah, you're most welcome, Danish, and thank you for reaching out to us. I really appreciate all that you are doing. You're a great inspiration for me as well, and I look forward to any possibilities of collaboration, Danish. So take care and stay connected. Okay.
Thank you, Father. Thank you so much.
Bye.